started, Gary, I would first love to know, because I feel like a lot of people don't always know how you get started in this industry. I would love to know, how did you get started in beverage dispense or just gas as a whole in this industry? What led you here?
Well, I got out of college and was basically looking for my first job. I was working at Citibank, which I knew I didn't want to, go to the same place and working, that environment every day. Not that it was bad, it just wasn't for me. So, looking around for jobs, I came across one and got offered a job to sell gas, which I didn't know what type of gas I was selling. I just knew, like, hey, it sounds like a good job. I actually started with Paint Enterprises and was in the dry ice division. And we also did the beverage side. And then I gravitated over towards the beverage side. I just thought it was more interesting and kind of liked it a little bit better. So
I feel like that's a great path. So you've been immersed definitely in the gas space then for some time, more on the beverage. So Gary, what is your current role, I guess, from that today? What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, I have a lot of responsibilities. Basically, when Payne got bought out and I left and went to Nexair, Nuco bought them both out, and I'm like, hey, I want to start my own deal up. So I got involved in it. Started talking to the guys at Tri-State that had the CO2 plant, and they're like, hey, let's put something together that works for both of us. So we're partners in that. Casey and Chad and their dad owned Trade and Industrial. So we kind of made this the CO2 division. And basically I handle everything with our division. I mean, obviously we have plenty of people working for us now, but as far as what I do every day, I mean, I'm getting with Stacy first thing in the morning. We're talking about what we did yesterday, where our problems are, where our trucks are going, figuring out where our installers going, and then dealing with any calls or problems that are coming in. And I'm also, once everything's going good, then I start concentrating on my sales or where I'm going that day, and kind of just staying on top of everything.
With that, what in terms do you provide specifically? I know you mentioned a little bit on the beverage and gas side, but for someone like IBDEA?
Yeah, well, the Tri-State portion of the business, we do the beverage gas. We have 5 CO2 trucks. We're ready to add our 6th pretty soon by necessity. We do the nitrogen generators. Got a lot of breweries that'll take oxygen. The company has a separate division that's propane. So we also do like forklift cylinders or propane cylinders for their mash. Have a whole separate propane division. We have an industrial division where we have a store, do welding supplies, welding gases. And then we have our trailer division, which is really growing, where we have oxygen and nitrogen trailers that are going all over the country.
Wow, it seems like you guys are really expanding.
That's the goal, yes.
Yes. Well, I know too, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Tri-State also is family business as well?
Yeah, it dates back well before me. I wasn't part of the original family. There's back to the 1800s. I think it started like as the general store and just gravitated over towards welding. And then Chad Nans is the president of the company, and the trade and industrial portions, just him and his brother now that own that together. And then we own the beverage side together.
I know we're super excited just from an IBDEA association to have you guys. I would love to know, is there one thing specifically, Gary, you are looking to gain?
Yeah, both personally and professionally. I think, I know a lot of people from my years in the business and just talking to people on the phone on time. It was good to see people in person, actually meet who I'm talking to. We want to expand that network, and business-wise, it's good to be where your partnerships with people that, hey, I got a large group, I can't do them all, but what area are you in? And we've taken on some locations with some other companies that they have the main contract on, and we fill them for them, and vice versa. So it just works really well to actually go and see people, talk to them in person. There's not a lot of people that you can talk to that aren't in the industry that can understand your problems, but at IBDEA, I can say, hey, what do you do with this? How do you handle that problem? And that was really, beneficial. I think it'll help us in the long run. And just, getting out there, let people know we exist. So we really are happy to join.
Oh, excellent. No, that's so good to hear. I know I've done quite a few of these, and a lot of people will tell me too that when they do join, they know that they'll, of course, network and make connections, but they're very surprised on the people that they wouldn't think that they would normally connect with, the value that they gain just from those people. But obviously, you've clearly seen a lot in this industry, just in your experience and being an expert in our field. I would love to know, is there one piece of advice also that you would potentially give someone? And it doesn't need to be in the beverage industry. It can just be in the gas industry as a whole.
Well, I think just in general, I feel like just be nice and honest and open with everybody that you can. You can never have too many friends in the business. And there's always mergers, acquisitions. You never know where the guy might be your competitor today, but he might be on your team tomorrow. I just feel like there's so many people out there that you just want to make friends and not have adversaries. I think that's one big piece of advice. And the other thing is, I think you always have to be open to growth and technology and changes. I mean, it took us a long time, from being a small, quote unquote, mom and pop shop, I guess, to evolving and using technology to our advantage, like telemetry and things like that. And I don't feel like no matter how long somebody's in this, you're never going to know anything. If you close your mind off to learning new things, then you're just doing a disservice to yourself.
That's so great you said that. I know I was just in a committee meeting the other day, and someone had mentioned if you're not constantly learning, something's wrong, right? You can always learn more in our industry, and I think that's what makes it so rewarding, because there are so many different ways that you can learn, just on different ways to use gas, all across the board. I know, switching gears just a little bit, so this was your first IBDEA conference. You're newer to the association. I would love to know, is there one thing just from your experience that you could share with the IBDEA membership, maybe to help other newer members?
Yeah, and I think that even as long as I've been in this, there was people out there that I didn't know existed, like suppliers and things like that, which was a little bit eye-opening. And I've got good relationships with the people that we buy stuff from, but I was kind of surprised of there was a lot more options than I thought. And overall, I just came away with, well, I'm glad we joined.
We're glad to have you, and I'm sure we'll continue to see you at a lot of other events. So we appreciate that, and you joining us. Absolutely, Gary. I know, like I mentioned before, you all are super reputable, so it's great to have you. I know for others that don't know a lot, maybe they're newer to our industry or association, that want to get more information just on Tri-State Carbonic, is there any specific links, or maybe they want to connect with you directly, where someone could find more information about your business?
Well, on our website is tisupply.com, and Tri-State Carbonic was a name that Casey was using when we owned our own CO2 plant. At the time, we didn't know there was another place called Tri-State Carbonic on the East Coast, so there's been a little bit of confusion there. But tisupply.com is our website, and then it'll have different, links to different areas of our business with what we do.
Excellent. No, thank you so much. I did not know that also, so you gave me a little nugget of information there as well. So thank you so much again, Gary. I know obviously you bring so much industry perspective. I know this will definitely help not only our existing members just learn a little bit more about the company and being able to connect with you, but also newer members as well, just to see some of the insights that you've been able to gain just in the small amount that you've been a part of us. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.